I think motorsport has always attracted a very sort of traditional audience, right? It's a lot of sort of older men who like things how things used to be, right? As a general rule. So anything that's kind of new or kind of different is a little bit looked down upon, and whether that be Formula E or whether that be even something like W Series, or even if it be Formula One moving to hybrid engines, there's a lot of sort of pessimism about it.
What was kind of your first opinion of electric motorsport when you first heard about it all those years ago? You mentioned there you're maybe a little bit skeptical, but
well, it was just sort of like, why, right? That was the sort of thing, was just like, okay, but why? And I remember going to the Formula E car launch, which was 1 year before the first race at the Frankfurt Motor Show, and I was walking around because I'd never really been to a big motor show before, and you're walking around, and suddenly BMW had these little i3s like whizzing around indoors inside the hall, and you thought, oh, that's quite cool actually, because you couldn't do that with a petrol car, right? All the petrol cars you had to go outside and drive around the sort of streets, but they could have these little i3s in the thing. And Renault had the Zoe, and different there was there was the Nissan Leaf there as well, the new Nissan Leaf. And it's like, oh, okay, this electric car thing is sort of starting. So to me, I just found it a very exciting thing to get. I was skeptical about electric racing, and I didn't necessarily have, there were people when Formula E started to go, oh, this is going to be bigger than Formula One and it'll be huge. I was a bit more skeptical than that. I didn't know how long it would last, maybe a year, maybe 2, maybe 3, who knows. I think I would have been surprised then if you'd have said 8. And I think a lot of the reason a lot of people were skeptical, including me, was because you didn't really know anything about it. And I think that's the other thing with what we were saying before about sort of a Luke reception from motorsport fans, is suddenly you've got to learn what a kilowatt is, or what the difference between energy and power, and all of that kind of stuff that isn't part of motorsport, right? You live in horsepower and petrol and liters, and so that was sort of a big kind of step, I think.